Welcome back. It's currently 9:35. You're listening live to DeVal Morrison, and we're going to be talking about taxes right now, which is why we thought we'd play The Tax Man by the Beatles, an oldie but a goodie. And if you're heading out to vote today, I was about to say this morning, anyway, from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. today and tomorrow, the weather right now is 6 degrees. You will need a coat. Unlike yesterday where you did not need to wear a coat, you will definitely need to wear a coat today. It's a little bit cooler. It's 6 degrees. And if you are heading out to the Easter parade in the beaches, it's going to be around 9 or 10 degrees at 2 p.m. when that parade starts. So, talking about taxes, have you fallen behind on your taxes? Do you know somebody that has? Well, the Tax Fairy Godmother is here coming to your rescue. Hi, Debbie Horovitch. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Perfect. Thanks, Debbie, for joining us. So how easy is it for people to fall behind on filing their taxes?
It's actually really quite easy, but it doesn't happen that often. Maybe only 1% of the taxpaying population falls many years behind. It's easy because while most people file their taxes annually to claim their tax credits and deductions, that can turn into refunds, Canada and the CRA doesn't actually have any legal requirement for for Canadians to file their tax return unless they owe more income tax than they've already paid.
Oh, really? That's kind of fascinating. Wow.
Right. So because most tax returns filed in Canada, 76% of them actually have money going from the CRA back to taxpayers, the CRA has no incentive to put resources towards chasing people to filing returns when they know most likely they're not going to be collecting any additional taxes from them.
Interesting.
So, while it doesn't happen very often, because people think it's very rare and they don't talk about it when they do fall behind on filing, it's a lot more common than you would think.
Wow. And I mean, can people change their tax filings actually after they file? Like, can they sort of go, oh, wait a second, I forgot to include this, I need to make changes?
Yes, absolutely. The CRA's made a lot of efforts in digitizing things. Some things are difficult to digitize, and some things are going really well. One of the things that they've really gotten right is making the opportunity to change a tax return that's already been filed, where you've discovered that you've made a mistake, or maybe you see something that you forgot to file or forgot to claim. They've made it really simple when you log into your online CRA account and look at the assessed tax return that you want to change. There's a button that says change this return right there.
Wow, that's handy. Now, you were talking about they've done stuff digitally, but I think I heard recently because people have to file their capital gains, there's something that the CRA hasn't done digitally. They haven't sort of changed everything. So now there's a new tax deadline for people who have to file their capital gains tax. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
That's right. So for the taxpayers who have capital gains to claim on their 2024 tax returns, there was a change in the capital gains tax coming for 2024 mid-year. They were going to be changing the taxable amount from 50% to 66%. And because of the political and economic climate, things that are changing really quickly in the last few months, the Prime Minister canceled that increase in capital gains tax. And so it's taking some time for everyone, including investment firms, issuing the tax receipts to the taxpayers and to the CRA, and then the CRA catching up. So they've said this year this is the same as every year, it's best to file your tax return with estimated numbers on time, rather than waiting. But if you do have capital gains tax to claim and you want to wait and have the actual numbers, if you can, by June 2nd, that will be your deadline.
Interesting. That's very good to know. Absolutely. So, and then the general tax deadline for people to file, that's April the 30th, correct?
That's correct. It is still April 30th this year for everyone. Unless you're self-employed, then your tax deadline to file is June 15th. But anyone who owes more income tax, the due date is April 30th. And the payment deadline and the filing deadline are two completely separate things.
Okay, that's good to know. Absolutely. So have you noticed any other, particular changes this tax season with, any of the filings that you've had to do for clients or with any of your clients or the CRA for that matter?
Well, the CRA, they're always making changes.
Great.
They're always making changes. They're always trying to make improvements. Sometimes those improvements are not as easy to roll out as they hope. I think the big one this year is that they're changing the authorization process. And so clients, it has been, for the 5 years that I've been doing taxes, it's been really simple and easy for a client to come to me with 10 years behind, and I can instantly, within a few minutes, access their CRA account and information, even if they are unable to, because the CRA cuts taxpayers off from their access to their CRA account when they fall 2 years behind in filing.
Wow.
So most of my clients don't have access to their CRA information. And now this year, as of July 15th, the CRA is going to be changing the access process. And so most tax professionals that I know, including myself, are very concerned about how that's going to impact the taxpayers who are marginalized, who tend to fall behind, seniors and low income and people who don't have financial literacy. It's going to cause some challenges for people.
Wow, that's too bad. We've got about 30 seconds left. Is there anything else you think people need to know this year for tax season on falling behind on their taxes?
Yeah, I would say really just keep it simple. Don't blame yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's a lot more common than you think it is. And you can reach out and find someone who will not judge you and just help you get caught up.
Beautiful. That sounds great. Thank you so much, Debbie, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Have
Thanks.
a great day.
Thanks. You too. That was Debbie Horovitch, the Tax Fairy Godmother. So you can look her up at taxfairygodmother.ca if you are behind on your taxes or you know somebody that is. Coming up next, we're going to be chatting about my favorite topic, real estate. Stick around. It's currently 9:42. You're listening live to Devel Morrison at 640 Toronto. Thanks for listening.